controlada y grabada.
You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call.
Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Tel Link.
Hello,
okay.
hello.
Can you hear me? Okay, good. It's working.
Okay. Man, hey, these phones they're uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, it is uncomfortable. I got two in my each ear.
Yeah. Man, hey, so thank you for calling back. Man, so you know what? When we're going through your journey, we still haven't covered a lot. We only got into the tip of the iceberg on your journey. One of the things that I wanted to ask you about, I know you were forced over to one of those other yards. What was it that happened that made you go transition over to one of those non-designated yards?
It was gang related. So one of my older brothers had got in trouble, and they since I'm his little brother and I'm the one that could get closest to him, they wanted me to take care of it. So I had to make a choice: either hurt my own blood brother or make that decision. So instead of doing what I was asked to do to him, I let him know what was happening. Came over, transitioned over to this side.
And what year was that in? That happened?
That was in 1983.
1983.
Whoa! No, that was in 1990.
Oh, 93. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that was in 93.
So back then, there was no such thing as a non-designated yards, and
No, there was no such thing. That didn't happen until 1996. And I sent you I said I'm probably the only, I think I'm like the only one in the state of California that has that paper. I've never had, no one's ever told me they had it. But I sent that to you, and so you'll be able to, it has a little story behind it, so you'll be able to get a good understanding of how it happened and why it happened. But they opened the first S&Y in Calipatra on T-Yard.
So, before there was SNY, how many PC yards were they in the state of California? None.
There was none.
So
there was no such thing.
So people that were in bad standings, what would happen with them? Where would they end up? They would just be thrown in GP?
They just stayed. Yeah. They were in GP. They just stayed locked up in their cells. They didn't come out.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and back then it wasn't a whole lot of people like that. It was very few.
Yeah.
It just they weren't, they were on a GP yard. It was actually a 50-50 yard.
Oh, 50-50. So would that be like Jamestown?
No, it was Tehachapi.
Tehachapi.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would happen, like in that case, during those years, like if like the Menendez brothers? I'm not exactly sure.
Su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Like the Menendez brothers, I'm not sure which year they touched down, but what would happen to somebody like them? If they would once they entered the system.
Who? I didn't hear you because the lady was talking.
The Menendez brothers, the Lyle and.
Okay. I was there when they came. When they came into the system, they went to Tehachapi, both of them.
Okay, so this was.
They were on Tehachapi GP.
During Tehachapi GP.
Yeah, they were on the yard. And again, that was at that time it was a 50-50 yard.
Okay.
So it was.
And back then, what did a 50-50 yard consist of?
It just anybody. It didn't matter. Didn't matter who you are. If you were transferred to that yard, that's where you went. Everybody and anybody went to that yard.
But then everybody would be divided, right? Depending on what your status.
Yeah. It didn't matter who you were or what you were. If you ended up there, you ended up there. And both of them happened. Both of them had ended up there because I was there when they drove up.
So like prior. So okay. So during those days, if you would end up in one of those yards, was there any repercussions for ending up on those yards, or was it?
Yeah. It was you had a day. If I was active gang member, I had 10 days to get off that yard, and you would have a list of who was your target.
Oh, okay. So you ended up in one of those yards. Then you had some business to take care of.
Yeah, and if you didn't do it within 10 days, then just stay on the yard.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was, and you'll see that in that paper that I sent you. You'll read it and it'll confirm that that's how it went.
Okay. So yeah, I'm actually gonna go today. I'm gonna go ahead and check my mailbox to check it. Hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers that it is there. Like, but you sent it almost a week ago, so it shouldn't take more than 3 days.
It's been a week. It should be there. It has to be there. I sent it a week ago.
So you said 1996 was when they opened up the first SNY yard.
Yeah, it was late 95, early 96.
And were you on the first busloads of individuals that got there?
Well, because I was one of the reasons why they opened that yard. So they sent me to the shoe. They didn't let me go to that yard. They sent me to the shoe in Pelican Bay.
What do you mean that you're one of the reasons that they opened up that yard?
Because the reason why they opened it up was because hello.
Okay.
James,
Yeah.
The video went out on it. So
I can hear you. Yeah, I can still hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
It's still working. Yeah.
Okay, so the reason why they did it is because we got in a big melee on that yard with another group, so they couldn't risk having that kind of somebody could really get hurt bad. So Sacramento decided, okay, we can't do this no more. We can't have both these groups out there on that yard because the officers are going to get hurt and inmates are going to get hurt. So we're back on. So they Sacramento said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to make an SNY yard for individuals who want to program and want to, get away from that. But since Mr. Garcia is still involved in that, he's going to the shoe. And so they sent me to the shoe. They gave me an indeterminate shoe program and sent me to Pelican Bay shoe. And then once I got out of the shoe, then they let me go to the yard.
So how much time did you spend in the shoe?
Well, I spent most of my prison time in the shoe. So I would go in. I'd probably go in there for like about 4 years, come out for like 5 or 6 months, then go back for another 3 years. And that's all I did. Up until 2015, and then that's when I decided, okay, I gotta I got to figure something out here because the board told me, hey, don't you want to go home? You can go home. We want to send you home, but you're not giving us no reason to send you home. So that at 2015, that's when I decided, okay, I'm gonna change my ways and try to get home. You know, start doing what I should have been doing a long time ago when I was still young.
And what kind of effect did that long-term solitary confinement have on you mentally? If you noticed any
Well, like I've noticed it on other people that I grew up in here with, and it really messed them up. I don't know why it didn't. A lot of the guys that were with me and grew up in here with me, they're on medication. They're uh, they're not they're not healthy, and I guess I just been lucky because I've never been on any kind of medication. I don't take no kind of medication. I've never been in mental health. None of that. I'm healthy. I don't have no illness or nothing. A lot of these guys.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
They have bad backs or they have brain impaired or vision impaired. And they're in mental health. I've never been involved in none of that, so I've been lucky. I don't have no kind of setbacks from being locked up like that.
and what kind of activities did you do, you know, to keep yourself occupied?
Well, mostly all I did was work out. I worked out every day in there. I worked out in there. I started to learn how to draw. I taught myself in there how to draw. I wrote a lot of letters. I think we didn't have the tablets, so I did a letter writing to my family. But I just stayed busy. I read a lot of books.
All right, and I see the little timer. It got us short right now. Would you be available to do another call?
Yeah, I'll call you right back, James.
Okay. So I'll be waiting for your call, and then we'll go ahead and continue. What happened to Gary? He disappeared?
Yeah, I'll get him. He's right over here.
Okay.
I'll get him right now when I call. Okay.
All right. Cool. All right. Gracias.
Okay, Jake. Okay.
All righty.